welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shiro Jogona and I am back with another video. But first, thank you so much for the 200, as I'm shooting this, we are at 287 subscribers. Asanteni sana. And thank you to the real OGs who have been coming to watch my videos ever since I put out my first video. Thank you so much. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And let's continue growing together. So today, actually this week, I am putting out 2 videos like I normally do. I do Wednesdays and Saturdays normally, unless there is a hitch. So this week I'll be recapping on the video on self-esteem and sexual abuse. So I'll put out 2 different videos because the first time I did it, I had a cold. And people thought I was suffering in that time. Like people thought I was that broken because I was talking like someone who was crying, but it was just a cold. So I'll be doing a recap, and today, as you can read, it's about how like I rebuilt my self-esteem because I was a mess. That's like the accurate one to use. I was a mess because everything about me was an issue to someone, and it used to get to me. Like I used to take things personally. So I remember like hearing things about how I walk. Right now I don't know how that was an issue. I remember hearing things about how I talk, and I remember like one of my neighbors saying sometimes she confuses whether it's me talking or it's my dad. She used to think I had a deep voice. I don't know whether that was a compliment or what it was, but it used to make me feel weird about how I talk. And then I remember like some close family members saying like I drag, like naongeanga nimevuruta. And then like basically what I'm saying is everything about me was an issue at some point. And then to make it even worse, I had like nothing to use to affirm myself. And I think now what even made matters worse was now the abuse, because when it happened, and because it happened over a period of time, I used to feel like there's something wrong with me, to be honest. I used to feel like, why me and not anyone else? And so all those things combined made a mess. And I wanted to prove myself. Like, I just, how, like, you're imagining people hate you and you want to prove to the world that you're actually good enough. And I did so many things to, like, prove myself. I would, like, read. I remember like I used to read a lot in high school. I was very arrogant in high school and all those things. And then after high school, I remember like when I felt like I lost a sense of purpose. Of course, I never had a purpose in the first place. Like I had never figured out what I wanted to do like way before. And then so I felt like I didn't have a sense of purpose, and I fell into a depression. The first time I fell into a depression in 2014, and all those things came crashing down. And then like when I joined uni, I joined CU, Christian Union. It's like students who are in church, they come together and they form like their own church. If you're watching this and you're not from Kenya and you don't understand what Christian Union is, so I joined Christian Union, and people used to read the Bible on their own. For me, that was like not something I had seen. My parents were not those like kind of Christians who would gather us together to read the Bible or whatever. Like, I didn't see that growing up basically. And then like my friend, shout out Kezia. My friend Kezia used to read the Bible in high school, and I used to find her weird. So when I joined uni, people in Christian Union used to read the Bible on their own, and I remember like just wanting to try it, and like just wanting to try it, but it wasn't making sense at that point. And those stories just felt like perfect stories, and I was good. I was in church and doing stuff, but inside me was like a broken piece of crap. Like I was so broken. So I started reading the Bible, and I remember one day, I think it was in 2017, the first time like I had like a dire desire for like my life to change. I remember it was in 2017, and I was walking. I do a lot of walking. It's like it sobers me up. So I was walking, and I was just telling God, I I have never experienced you in a very personal, like at a very personal level, and I would desire to see that if like what I hear people talking about, like if that's for real, like if you do that to them, like I want to experience you. And I stayed, like it didn't happen until 2018. 2018 was like my turnaround year. It was so full of, I don't know why I dramatized so much, but 2018 was tough for me. And I remember one of my best friends praying and telling me that God is gonna rebuild your grave, and it's going to be a very painful process, but you will love the results. You're 3 years down the line. I think 2018 was a monumental year for me because I read a book by Francine Rivers, the same 2017, and I don't know whether that's why I picked the idea, but I had this box that I used to dub a God box. I still have it to date. It's at my sister's, and if you watch this, Caro, please don't read my notes. Anyways, I used to have this God box, and I used to write notes because writing is like my therapy, whatever. It's so therapeutic to me. So I used to write notes, and I'd write those notes to God. Like, God, I want you to fix this. God, I want you to fix this. God, I want you to fix this. And I think I wanted him to fix the whole of me because I felt like I was a mess. And I used to leave those notes on that box. And then, like, let's say once in a month, I'd take that box, pour the notes, and start reading everything that God had answered. I would just like tear the notes and then leave the rest. And it went on in 2018, and then like it was also in a period where now I fell into my second depression episode, and it was just like a mixture of so many things. You're in this place where like you're in a very painful place, and then you're trying to figure out who you are, and you're trying to figure out who God is. And it went on in that box. Like every time I would tear those papers, I would feel like God actually cares and he answers those prayers. And by the time I think I got to 2019, now I started looking back, and the word of God had started making so much sense to me. And my self-esteem was so built. Like I had gotten to this place where now I loved me. Like I was totally in love with me. Not because people were affirming me, not because of what people were saying, but now I got to this place where I was loving the essence of who I am. And it has been a journey, to be honest. It has been a journey because sometimes things happen and you question stuff, you question. But one thing that I am thankful for is the fact that I grew from a place of questioning whether I was good enough, whether I was lovable and acceptable. And right now, like, and when I walk into a room, and when I walk like wherever, like when I go somewhere, I don't walk the same way I used to. Because every time I used to walk with this sense of like insecurity, I would feel like other people in here are going to like me, other people in here are going to love me, whatever. Right now, I walk from a point of, I know they're going to like me. I know, like, you know, those things that you just tell yourself and then they come, like, they just manifest because it's the self-talk. Sometimes I walk into a room and I know no one, and then I'm telling myself, these people are going to like me. And even like starting YouTube, I'm just like, you know, I told myself, you're broken and everyone is broken and the world is broken, but you have so much to offer. And that's how I started YouTube. And then like, it's funny how when I started telling myself good things, people followed. Like people started telling me good things. People started telling me things that they never told me. Like, you have a nice smile. I know, I have it. But I never told myself that. I never ever told myself something to affirm myself. And yeah, just to, I don't know how to put it, but to help someone that maybe question the essence of who they are or whether they are good enough. I would say, one, like, God. If you don't believe, like, God can just change that. He doesn't, like, hate us or whatever because we feel whatever we feel about us, but God can change that for you. And something else, like, whatever you tell yourself, if you tell yourself something that if someone else told you, you would get offended, it's time to change your self-talk. Like, just tell yourself the good things. Tell yourself, like, you'll find myself, like, on my social medias, like, you'll find I just say I'm your favorite village girl or whatever, those things. It's not because, like, you've told me that I'm your favorite, but I tell myself those things. I tell myself the good stuff that I want to hear from other people, so that, like, everybody else will follow. And yes, that's, like, the end of my self-esteem video. I hope I did a fair recap. I wanted to do a recap for that video, to be honest. I felt like I didn't do it justice last time, and I hope I'll continue doing it, like, talking about self-esteem, because I love talking about, like, people feeling good about themselves. And yeah, that's the end of my video today. And make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to this channel. Make sure you share this to someone that needs it, or someone that, whatever, to your friends. And make sure you like this video. Follow me on Instagram at Shirin Juguna. And until next time, you guys have a good one. Bye bye.